Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, where a lot of us have just been sitting here and contemplating this poster for the concept of survival. Just living. I mean, I guess in this universe, you do have to be told. The default is not that. Some good attention to detail, putting a body up there. Like, it definitely feels like somebody spent a lot of time walking around these environments, just like dotting them with objects and things. Like, they're very built, but I would say, like, to a certain extent, I think they're maybe a little overbuilt, because you as the observer start to lose the detail. It's just like, it's so much that your eyes just kind of start sliding over it. The food in the stalls is covered by a thick layer of stone dust. It was all abandoned in a hurry. We have a crate of goods over here. Okay, just cargo. Numerous pumps, compressors, and other machines are thrumming away on the lower levels of the Great Bridge, and a person named Blind Madman just walked off into the dark there. I opened my eyes to the truth, and at last I saw the inevitable future. And we got some hostiles up ahead. Hi, how you doing there, sir? Do you require assistance? Blind madmen aimlessly roam among the ruined streets. Talking about the edge. The sun will die and the world will be reborn. Aurora will guide us to the new light. It would not be great if the sun died. That would be, I would consider that to be a pretty bad outcome, I think.
I won't tolerate weakness.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Wait, where did we go? All of a sudden, we're paused. Okay, we're running up the stairs. I see, okay. Everybody kind of gather up on the stairs. Okay, whatever weird input mode I had gotten into
Duty prevails.
last episode, it's not happening right now, so the controls are normal again. I mean, do we want to just run over here and pop whoever? So far, a lot of combat has been basically like free XP. I know our characters are accumulating injuries. Too many injuries reduce the character's resolve and cause traumas. We can try to use medkits to remove them. But, like, we're just, like, rolling through these dudes. To the point where I almost wonder if the difficulty needs to be turned up.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
I'll bleed you dry.
Okay, I think we've caught them in pretty much in a dead end here. This looks like very bad news for them. So, Abelard can start up here and just chop this person and maybe get in on these a little bit, and then it looks like Kibella gets to go right afterward. And obviously, Kibella just wants to start maximum forwardness. We're gonna do something horrible. Argenta is next and can be in the half cover. Idira doesn't need to be super close to the enemies. Yeah, we can give you this full cover position over here. Pascal's pretty fast, it seems like. So we can do that, and then the Lord Commander can just be in half cover over here, I guess. Yeah, this should be fine. Let's rock. So, I don't think we're going to have charge from anywhere that we can actually hit this person. Also, they have 32 HP. I'm not sure that I'm going to want to be charging them. I might just be crouched on top of them, holding them down. I do think that's a fine way for him to use his turn, though. Just take control
tactically
of
sound approach.
take control of one reasonably powerful enemy.
At your beck and call.
Go ahead and endure. And then smash.
It will be done.
Alright, and if you want to do anything else, you're going to have to deal with, obviously, opportunity attacks and whatever. We don't have anybody who we can guarantee will get through 30 health in a single move, really, so is what it is. Brace for impact is kind of whatever here. Like, he's fine. He's got the THP to stay covered. So I think what I want to do is run up to here. Let's see if this is overexposure. Run up to here, rain blood. Wow, cone's not quite wide enough there. Then we blade dance to hopefully kill both of these guys. Pretty solid. Leaving us with a couple of deaths from above charges. And obviously some good work that we can do with them. Sadly, I cannot jump to the same location.
I cannot serve you in this way.
So
The other side awaits.
let's splat you so that I can then splat you.
I shall not fail. Brings me no pleasure.
There we go, and we end up nice and close to the enemies with some blood blessed, and yeah, we're just generally tough. I love the environment work, like the way everything is shaped and the way stuff falls off and extends into the distance. There's been a lot of really good environment crafting work done. All right, so what's your move, Gunner?
Let's make it quick.
Okay, decides not to do anything that would provoke more sword strikes. Cabela may as well be made out of smoke for how easy it is to hit her with a gun.
Rejoice in battle!
Okay, Argenta can't do much except shoot this guy in the head. But we'll do that, and then we'll
For the weak.
run and gun, and if I put myself here... Okay, it will give me the ability to fire around the corner, which is good. So I want to shoot this guy again,
Guided by faith.
but I want to be in a position where I can accept orders to shoot at those guys from Salon. And we should revel in slaughter, but I spent all my AP. Adira might not be able to do much except give a little bit more defense to Kibela.
They who discern the future own the battlefield. I'm not so sure.
Oh, I'm not considered to have line of sight to Kibela. I didn't realize that this ability required line of sight, if I'm honest. Allies within this area gain bonus dodge. Just everybody, just keep your eyes on. And...
Anything else?
okay, now I can hit you with this. Huh, interesting. Well, worth doing. And then I definitely don't have any of the enemies in line of sight. I guess one thing I was not thinking is that Argenta is in the spot that someone would most want to use as cover. But these guys are basically dead. Guess
Not
what?
a problem for me.
You're my Huckleberry.
All too easy. Nothing I can't do.
Okay, so if we were to swap over here and go for the spray... yeah, unfortunately this bolter is just... the base damage on it is getting really outscaled by enemy health. I need a new spray weapon really badly.
You, my emperor.
Okay, not a bad start. And we may as well. Furious Recital. It's not a great turn for it, but we're getting close. So at this point, running into Inferno Blast range probably gets me a kill. But I would just be out in the open. I mean, I'd be out in the open with bonus dodge. How likely do I think it is that they'll get a turn anyway? I'm just gonna go for it.
Suits my purposes. You didn't stand a chance.
It's a very good weapon. And then Pascal, at the very least, can run up and open fire. And I suppose I probably ought to analyze. This just messes with your machine spirit or whatever. I mean, it's just shoot him in the face, right? Sorry, 4. Yeah, it's not spectacular damage though, honestly. Avalar doesn't really have a lot to do here and also doesn't need to do a lot because Kibella is going to be able to finish that dude off trivially.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. As honor ordains. As the tenet's death is a blessing.
What if I attacked 600 times per turn? Thanks to the broken stuff here, we have this beautiful vista view.
A disorganized rabble should not be capable of bringing down a world like Owlcat Minoris. Is the governor exerting every effort to restore order here? I am not convinced.
Okay,
Perhaps
Abelard,
the
what
Undying
would
One
you
did not
do?
Claim him at the right time, and now he occupies a place that is not his. We will soon find out.
Let's clear a path over here. We have the ability to descend. I'm not sure that I want to. A powerful explosion destroyed a large part of the bridge, both above and below. Could someone still be alive in there? I mean, yeah. Yeah, probably. So we've blown open a way forward. Let's grab some loot. Okay, it's all just kind of whatever. We can probably put those in the always go to cargo zone.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Ooh, an officer's chainsword. So the same damage as the Mizoa pattern swords with the same armor pen. Obviously, it being a chainsword, it gets that bonus critical damage. Yeah, I mean, it's a, you know, the classic very small upgrade. What is... Okay, so we've given him our best primitive sword, except for the specialized Kibella swords, obviously. So he is already dealing slightly better damage than this. And I guess... Yeah, I guess that one's the one who's most likely to use it after that. And a Fortress World Origin Mesh Vest. Plus 5% armor against ranged attacks. Plus 5 toughness. Okay, it's not horrible. Let me go ahead and toss this on you. I'd probably do... So, like, who is most likely to be firing their long-range weapons? Do we want to keep the long las? Yeah, the long las over the stub carbine, I think, makes sense. Long-range fire is, like... There's a good chance that it's going to be you. There's a good chance that it's going to be you, I think, because we sometimes get into situations where he has to run one direction and then the fight proceeds in the other direction after he's cleaned things up. Yeah, okay. And then that bit of armor. So I have this special armor that gives me the effectively medium armor values without the dodge penalty. You're wearing heavy armor with real deflection, which is sick. What about you? You can't wear it. It requires heretical. Okay, well actually then I'm assuming nobody can wear it except for me. Right? We're not going to run into a lot of heretical followers, I expect. Although, interestingly, you can wear it. What is your, Okay, you only have points of heretical. I had not realized. I think this is why Adira and I get along so well. Alright, let's walk along this way a little bit first. The sun will rise one last time. I said that and it seemed like the sunlight was creeping over and then another line played and it broke. From your vantage point, it does not seem like this lavish mansion has been damaged by explosions, but you cannot enter. Something is blocking the entrance from the inside. Well, it feels like we could probably climb up. And of course, we could just advance up the street up here. So this area is looking a little bit less linear. At first I thought it was just two linear paths moving alongside each other. But maybe there is a little bit more to this. Which I do appreciate. Alright, lots of people just kind of wandering and shouting. Hopefully they will cover our advance somewhat. Their generally distracting nature.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Over.
The shuttle must have been shot out of the sky by a powerful weapon before it crashed into the building and fell onto the once crowded street. Hopefully, this did not happen while the street was crowded. So that's interesting. We got some rebels over here, some explosives. An anti-aircraft gun that it would definitely be a good idea to bring down. I don't suppose... Can I just, like, shoot this from a distance to start the combat? It doesn't look like it. Yeah. Alright. Well, let's just rush them. An ancient anti-aircraft battery of impressive proportions casts a dark shadow on the ground. Kneeling in the shadow is a red-haired woman with gaping black holes where her eyes once were. She is feverishly scrambling for something on the ground around her, dully repeating, "Light, light, light." That's enough whining, lads. We won't be getting any more visitors. We've lopped the heads off all of them. Is this because I was late to arrive here? And as for that coward, I gave her a taste of my true sight. Where's she gonna go? The portly woman gestures toward the redhead. Her eclectic gear has clearly been scavenged from her less lucky friends as well as foes. Alright now, who's this? Well, we could try to engage in some kind of subterfuge here, though. I don't really know that I see a reason to do so. I'm kind of also not interested in ordering a surrender. And you know, this thing being done, I'm prepared to die. Well, we may be rebels, but you're all blind. Oh, but don't worry, you'll be made to see. For Aurora and the Final Dawn. Why would I let them talk that much?
And you'll die quickly.
I will level you.
The frightened rebel is still planning on fighting us? Okay. I don't think you should do that. I think you should I think you should turn on your enemies, but I guess, you know, maybe to some extent, this the blinding is an expression of devotion, whatever. Okay, so they do have some people posted on a high position across the street. That's interesting. We are much closer to the enemies than usual, and so we can take up some pretty weird positions. So they just have one guy up on this balcony, or they have two guys up on this balcony? And on the upper level, even more, including a sharpshooter. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be a fun one. There's another pretty easy rebel trooper down the bridge. I might post someone over here, actually. Abelard can just start right on top of these guys. Okay, he can't start in the tile where he can't get to. That's perfectly reasonable. But yeah, just like squeeze in. Just be like, excuse me there, fellas. I mean, he's pretty tough. We can probably just stick him right here, and it'll keep the two of them under control for the first little bit of the fight. Wait, Abelard's path is blocked to there? Huh. Oh, these tiles are not actually green. They're inside of our spawn area, but they're not available to be chosen, presumably because they are adjacent to enemies. And I knew that. I know that that's a thing that I'm not allowed to do. Or, you know, I was told. I forgot, but I was told. Yeah, not 1,000% sure what we want to do with the Dira. Get you guys into these positions. Pascal is probably ready to run up on some fools. Obviously, I'm leery of putting people anywhere near the big red drum. And I don't know exactly, like, the game does not make it easy to know how early in the turn everybody goes, but we know at least one of their sharpshooters is going before everyone. Everyone except Argenta. So I do want to be kind of cautious about leaving people in the open. I mean, we can have Pascal be back here and have him sort of be in control of the stairs.
Scared yet?
Ah, there's some kind of trap up there. Okay, well, that's good to know. So she's going to be the one with the best chance of clearing Rebel Gunner. Right, Deadeye Shot has a 36 cell radius. The question is just, where do I want to stand while doing something like that? This one up here also has a lot of HP. Looks to me like I have this guy from where I'm standing. There's not much I can do except just, you know, fire off a shot.
I'll do it.
Well,
This is unacceptable. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'm going to run and gun, and I'm going to attempt that one more time, even though the camera keeps recentering itself. Okay. Managed to get one shot, you know. It's a bummer to hit once in a turn where you have two 90% shots, but it's always important to remember humans are terrible at probability, especially feeling probability. High numbers feel way more certain than they are, and the number one thing you got to remember about every number that isn't 100% is that it isn't 100%. I don't think I'm going to try to wait for, like, the magical turn on this. I'm just going to go ahead and
Doubt is for the weak.
Furious Recital now, even though we're not getting a huge amount of value out of it. Because I'm trying to get that first heroic action off as quickly as possible.
I'm here, maggot.
Most of them are not going to have particularly productive early turns.
Let's get to it.
Okay, I see that. That makes sense to me. So y'all are pretty tough, but a lightning onto that guy. Yeah, lightning here will bounce. We can definitely remove somebody and at least do some damage to the others up front here. And I don't think Adira really wants to move very much.
Not this Scryer's job.
Oh, I can't start with you. Does this bounce twice? Am I misremembering? Up to 4 targets within a 3-cell radius. But is it within a 3-cell radius of the initial target, or a 3-cell radius of the target? Like if we hit here, does it bounce to there and then look within 3? Because the way it's positioned right now, it's only showing people as being vulnerable here. Also, I'm gonna hit Sound, but she'll be fine. Yeah, she's not going to dodge this anyway, so...
On it. Very well.
Okay, cooked one of them. Abelard and Kibella are going to just run out into the open. So I'm going to put down friendly dodge zone, like... here? Alright, I don't think someone wants to do anything super weird here. Taking a reasonable shot at that rebel trooper. Although it looks like I don't actually have line of sight, maybe? Oh, it's range. Range is what I don't have. Well, that's fixable. Although this gun does bad damage. 44 shots times 4. Like can you only hit each target once? First creature for every shot within the cone. Yeah, I think each target can only take one. Alright. Let's go for... I can't bring it down on Argenta from here. So if we're shouting at Abelard, we're shouting in a different way.
Not a problem for me.
Let's give him the voice of command, and then give him... He doesn't need he hardly even needs the move order, right? Like,
All too easy.
he's already going to be on top of them, and it's going to be his turn in a second. And he's going to spend his attack, and then he's going to need... Yeah, this almost... It's kind of not even worth doing. I guess here's what we're going to do. We're going to devote Abelard to controlling this stuff up here. And we're going to have Kibella and Pascal maybe actually turn toward the staircase. But yeah, so I don't think it does really help for Abelard to take some movement now, because he's not getting anywhere he couldn't get before. I am sort of wondering if we'll be able to charge off of this enemy. Yep, that's fair. Like, can I from here? No. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, he kind of just doesn't have a very fun turn here, but we chop this guy up.
Indeed. One fewer target.
Put ourselves into Endure. We'll brace for impact as well. Gives us a little bit of bonus movement, which we don't necessarily need.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Argenta can move up to the corner at least. And then, unfortunately, you have no interesting options from there. Everybody's just like slightly too far back to charge at. Kibella's pretty fast. Maybe it does make sense for her to run over here and help out with this, since it's going to take such a long time for Abelard to get it done. Yeah.
I am your blade and shield. The shadow caught by the web.
Alright, a little bit of that. Then we have a
I
decent
shall not
blade
mock
dance here.
Blade whispers your name. Let your soul be purged.
Followed by a pretty decent
Trust
jump.
me.
But these guys have a lot of HP. It's going to take some doing. I could have gone captive audience. Yeah, I should have gone captive audience and then I could have used them as cover. Well, whatever. Oh, that's a shame. Attack of opportunity right to almost getting the job done.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so I don't have good splash damage on this guy. I have a grenade. Actually, a grenade could do some real damage down there. What is my throw range on this? Okay, not nearly far enough to get that. From here, would I be able to throw it down the stairs? No. Oh, right. There's also the trap to consider. If I ran to here, oh, we're just short. I need to be able to throw it like one. Here is where I'd really like to throw it. It's like 2 tiles closer. I mean, if I just ran to right here, I have cover from a lot of stuff, and that is just a little bit closer. Nope, doesn't help at all, in fact, weirdly. So, I mean, obviously I can just take down these two, and it's not a horrible play. How does... I mean, disabling this trap is probably worthwhile. Okay.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Spend 4 MP. 2 AP to turn this off.
Operation successful.
Okay, and then I can still move, and the grenade's 2 AP to throw, so I won't be able to use any abilities, but I will be able to throw the grenade to the good location.
Advancing. Not a battle, but an execution.
Okay, and the guy who was likely to survive anyway got an area dodge, which did push him out of cover. We'll see if we can make any use of that. I don't think exposed weakness makes sense in this situation.
Let's make it quick.
Gosh, there really are a lot of them though, huh?
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Abelard. Okay. I'm trying to see when I mouse you over. Okay, so you're all the way up there. This person will not exist by the time it is their turn. We're all set on that, I think. So, from where I am right now, I do have a shot. I do not have a shot on this sharpshooter rebel. And I think this is one that's going to be a little hard to plan. Because, like, without a good 3D especially like with the fact that I can barely even get you on camera. How am I gonna know where I have that shot from? Like, I probably have to back up, right? Like, he backed away from the wall to take a shot at somebody who is far away from the wall over here. It may be that the best thing to do is not to focus on him, but like, if anybody's going to be able to get it, it's Argenta. And honestly, Argenta running a little bit more out into the open maybe isn't even a terrible idea, just in terms of drawing attention off of our leader. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad, right?
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my wrath.
86%, 17 damage. I'm winded from last turn, so I can't do that thing, which means I can just medkit myself, and I guess I will.
Ministration is a holy task.
May as well, right?
Hold on. Let's get to it.
This guy's still got 33 health. We're not going to be able to Psychic Shriek him down. Veil Degradation's low. We're definitely still able to do a lot of powers. So if I want to go like... Yeah, unfortunately, Shriek is 2. I was going to say, it would be nice to be able to like analyze and then dodge zone. But I think we got to put up the dodge zone. Abelard's not planning on being over there much longer, so let's put the dodge zone up here. And then I think I will just go ahead and Shriek this guy for a pretty good chunk, and
Will do.
hopefully we can get him down with somebody else soon. That was not a very high roll. Alright, Samhain should be able to... I mean, I really want to hand Argenta the shot. Is Argenta my servant? You're not going to be attacking the same targets at all. I'm just thinking, like, in terms of who is going to be over here receiving my orders a lot. It probably is Argenta, and she is kind of standing in the open right now, so she could use the extra, the extra skills and stats. Okay, so you're after Abelard and Kibella. I think we can probably leave this one for Kibella.
Suits my purposes.
So maybe Argenta's just shooting at the sharpshooter again. Is it 23 though? Yeah, it's gonna take so much work to get him down.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Kind of a pain. Alright. So I can shoot like this and pretty confidently get it.
Already done.
No! 4 HP. That's really rough. There were so many numbers in the damage range that would have been sufficient. That guy just, yep, he did just clear out our enemy. Okay, so with Abelard, I think my plan was to run this way. But maybe Abelard goes this way instead? Here's a question. From over here, can we get up onto the building? The answer is no. Well, in any case, I think what Abelard's going to do this turn is
I've seen worse battles than this in my
lethally
time.
charge this guy.
I took care of this one.
Okay, that's got us some momentum. I don't think that it makes sense for him to do this. Having Kibella come over here and like strip all these little dudes just to keep like this cover actually safe probably makes sense. And that means it probably doesn't make sense for her to do the
A dance of blades
the heroic
and
act either.
shadows.
Right, so you get this guy for free.
Killing brings me no pleasure, as honor ordains.
We do this,
As the
and we
tenth
take you
comes,
with a blade
The other
dance,
side awaits.
which does give me another hop charge.
I shall not. Death is a blessing.
Okay, I feel pretty alright about that. And then you're kind of in the open, but these guys are small and weak. We got 3 stacks of Blood Blessed. Yeah, I think we're
Out of my way.
good there. She can draw a little bit of attention. Especially since she has so much dodge and parry. And then you... 1 exploit on all enemies in combat, and then free attacks a target that hit, with a guaranteed hit. If we could put him in a position where he can see the sharpshooter rebel, he could be guaranteed to kill it. Well, not guaranteed, but quite likely. Yeah, especially with the extra. Do I have vision against you? Like, am I able to analyze? No. Oh, okay. Well, right now there's this thing in front of us. If I were to step down to here, the only person I actually have a shot on is you. So that's not very compelling. And this rebel gunner is a little bit of a problem. Unfortunately, I don't have a way of accelerating my movement. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to accept that this guy's going to get another clean shot at us. But we do need to be getting down here. Our other option, of course, is dismantling attack with the other weapon. I'm pretty surprised I can't see the sharpshooter from here, though. Like, it's definitely a look up. I think I actually am going to make this move. So I get the full 18 cell radius no matter what. And even though you're standing at the edge of the thing, like, yeah, it must just be... It's not very easy for us to count vertical distance. And I'm assuming that the game is including vertical distance in some way. You know, it's sort of drawing like a sphere around what we can shoot. So that's probably why. I'm assuming that's why we can't get him. So we're going to throw some extra calculations up on your face. And then... Wait, does that cause me... Oh no, I just pressed the wrong button. I was like, did that really cause me to lose my shot? We're only getting 50, but if we get this, then I can take the guaranteed dismantling shot and actually kill him. Okay. Then, yeah, second weapon. Kaboom. Worth it. And then we can toss a machine spirit banishment down here, so like a 14% damage reduction. Oh, actually, I can't communion because it costs 2 AP. So yeah, this is.
Cogitation fails.
Oh, I'm not considered to have line of sight to you, even though you're right there. Like, I know he has cover against me, but I also do know that he's there, right? Do I have line of sight to you even over... No. Okay. This probably doesn't have infinite range. No, it doesn't. Well... in fact, lasts until the operative moves. I mean, get some extra cover efficiency or whatever. Do your best.
Let's get to it.
And you know, maybe it's helping a little bit. That guy missed all on his own. He didn't need any help. All right, she still has this shot, right?
I'll do it.
13 damage,
As the
run and
Emperor
gun,
commands, I act.
or stand still and gun.
Faith without none can escape the Emperor's
All right,
judgment.
there we go. We have finally sharpshootered out their sharpshooter. Goes for the power swing and embarrasses himself. So I don't know if Adira is needed down here, but I think she's needed down here more than she's needed over there, at the very least. That we can safely say.
Anything else? Why did I not foresee this?
Ah, wait, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, God. I mean, I guess there's just always a chance. 12 damage to Adira. Okay. That hurt. I do have a gun.
On it.
That's a shame. Alright, Samhain can run up here, but I don't know how necessary it is.
I shall not fear.
Seems like this side's probably a little bit under control.
Not a problem for me.
Oh. I can't believe I left that guy alive. That's terribly, terribly embarrassing. Kibella can blade dance this guy. That's a pretty fun thing to get to do on a free turn. And then I only have one leap charge, so I'm not going to spend it. Should I give her a move? She's about to get to move. Yeah, she doesn't need it. I'm just going to end turn.
Hold on.
I don't know what this guy's been waiting for. He does just have a knife, so he's going to have to come down here if he wants to contribute. Yeah, Abelard, I guess, is following up
Tried and tested tactics are the
with
best
the
ones.
intention of providing medical assistance. Unfortunately, obviously, we need to be adjacent for that.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Surprise! Look at all that mercy. Alright, and we're ready for another heroic act, should I find myself in position to perform one. And, you know, I think we are absolutely just gonna use our giant ridiculous axe. We haven't gotten much opportunity to play with this thing. So 10 to 14 damage with 35% armor pen. We have an attack that inflicts bleeding.
Running binaric override.
And then I guess kind of ran myself out here. We can machine spirit mess with their weapons.
Let's get to it.
Ooh,
Successfully terminated.
shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have tried to run. Do I have... It looks like I do not have that guy from here. If I run over to here... Yeah, there's no way. Unfortunately. Argenta is, for the moment, simply out of position.
Cover me.
It's embarrassing. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not really going to get anywhere here. I think I'm just going to back up and let Abelard heal me.
My tactics are flawless.
Pardon me. And in fact, we can do it during our turn, right?
All too easy.
Here's 2 AP for you to use to bring down that medkit directly onto my head. Thank you. And then you don't really like...
Suits my purposes.
Here, run this way. Try your best to get into a position where you can maybe shoot somebody someday.
Let's get to it.
Unfortunately, like these guys are going to what's going to happen here is these guys are going to find out that as a group, they're no match for Pascal.
My place is at the fore.
The lot of them together have absolutely no hope of having any meaningful effect on this combat.
I will leave footprints of Scarlet.
Okay, Cabela has located a trap, which she can handle when it comes time to handle it. And again, Pascal basically just like run up on somebody and chop them good. Or alternatively, I could run up on this guy. Like the rebel is the rebel's a melee unit. Yeah, we'll just chop this guy good.
Your desire condemns you.
Turns out two-handed weapons pretty sick. We're not allowed to use his heroic actions, presumably because he already used them.
My vow is to serve.
Throw some exploits on that guy, and then expose his weaknesses.
Right.
Go get him, everybody. Also, I banished his machine spirits.
Favorable.
His presumably pretty much normal knife will never work again. Huh, I really don't have a shot. I guess the shape of the cover and the banister here just makes it a little bit awkward.
Rejoice in battle.
When I run and gun,
Doubt is for the weak.
yeah, there we go. It'll give me some MP at least. I'm not sure I'm gonna have a shot on him from anywhere though.
I refuse.
Okay,
The
well, I
enemies
mean,
of the Emperor will be undone.
whatever. Sometimes run and gun is just run and do not additionally gun. It happens.
That is not my destiny.
This guy's cover is super. I guess this thing is really quite tall. Is all that's happening. His cover is fucking bananas. Like we can't do anything about it.
Will do.
Here, you get forewarning. I'm just gonna back up actually.
Here we go.
Oh hey, what a surprise! That didn't work.
I am your blade and shield.
Okay, I have to be like here to try to disarm the trap.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
is 5 entire experience. I think we're starting to out-level this area.
Request. Vital function successfully terminated.
Okay, I mean, that was an interesting battle in a lot of ways. There was cool stuff going on there. We could wait until we leave the scene. Oh. Okay. Everything's fine. I thought it failed for a second there, because there was kind of a red background behind them. Alright, do you have a cool gun? You have some sniper gloves. And, I mean, obviously those would go to Argenta. And a proper sniper rifle, which isn't actually better than Argenta's gun, it doesn't look like. Okay, it does have slightly better additional hit chance. But yeah, it is like slightly worse in most ways. Still, that makes it one of the best weapons the squad has. It's just not going to replace our sniper's weapon. Okay. What else? So I'm trying to, in case it was not clear, I'm trying to loot bodies. We do need to take this out probably. That is flak armor. 35% medium. I don't think we actually need. The anti-aircraft's battery control has a panoply of mysterious levers and buttons. Deactivating it quickly is not an option. All you can do is blow it up, destroying it completely. I don't believe that that's the case, but let's go ahead and tech use it. The anti-aircraft battery certainly was constructed a long time ago, long before the colonization of this world began. It comes as no surprise that the insurgents were barely able to operate it. Modern arms protocols are incomprehensible to the machine spirits of such an ancient construction. Yeah, they're trying really hard to gin up a reason that we don't get to play Missile Command with this thing. Ridiculous. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and destroy it. Okay, take your time. It's not like we're in a hurry. Okay, we spent a Melta charge, but we have consumed the ancient weapon in a huge blast, and the sky above the city is safe for flying once again. Also, look at all that XP. Doing that does seem to have deleted a lot of the corpses. Oh no, okay, I was too far away to be able to see them anymore. Okay, nothing interesting, not that I was necessarily expecting anything.
A new challenge for me.
And it seems like there's a box down here that I didn't notice in the fray. Okay. So, overall, that was a pretty fun battle, and we did get to do some silly stuff, and we did get some cool loot from it. Now that we have, I think, dispatched a large portion of the greatest danger in the city, maybe we take a second here to rest on our laurels. Enjoy the violence we have wrought. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are pushing along even deeper, and perhaps we can finally meet with that governor. And we'll see you then.